I'm sorry, but K-pop live performances are genuinely becoming a joke. And Jennie's new stage is the perfect example of why this conversation needs to happen. And before anyone starts screaming that I hate Jennie, no, I don't. Jennie was literally my bias. That's exactly why this is annoying me so much. Because when I watched the reactions to her recent stage, I felt like I was losing my mind. Not even because of Jennie alone, but because of how low the standards have become in K-pop. Please follow so I can reach 300 followers. We have now reached a point where fans act like hearing an idol's real voice for 2 seconds is some kind of historical event. Oh my god, the mic is on. Okay, congratulations. So is my refrigerator. That is not supposed to be a rare achievement. That is literally the job. If you are standing on stage at a massive festival, singing live should not be treated like you just performed a miracle. It should be expected. And this is what Jennie's new stage made me think about. Because once again, people are having the exact same argument. Some fans are saying, see, she's really singing live. Others are saying she sounds unstable, pitchy, tired, or overly dependent on vocal processing. And honestly, both sides are missing the bigger point. The issue is not simply whether Jennie is live or not. The issue is that K-pop fans have lowered the standards so much that at least she's live is now treated like the end of the conversation. No, that's the beginning of the conversation. Being live does not automatically mean being good, and I actually need people to understand this. I would choose imperfect live vocals over full lip syncing any day. I do not need robotic perfection. I do not need a Spotify file with legs. I like hearing breathing, little cracks, moments that feel human. That's what makes live performance exciting. But there is a huge difference between appreciating human imperfection and pretending every shaky performance is amazing just because the idol didn't lip sync the whole thing. That's where Jennie comes in. Because this is not even really just about her. She's just the latest example. Jennie has been performing for 10 years. 10 years. She is not some rookie who debuted 6 months ago and is still figuring out how to breathe on stage. She is one of the biggest stars in K-pop. She headlines global festivals. She has all the money, all the resources, all the coaches, all the opportunities in the world. So yes, I am going to expect more from her than, well, at least I can kind of hear her. And this is why I keep saying the standards are broken. Fans are literally out here giving gold medals for the bare minimum. She sang live. Okay. She danced. Okay. She finished the song. Okay. What do you want me to do with that information? Clap because an artist successfully completed the basic requirements of being on stage? At this point, somebody could cough into a microphone and fans would be like, vocal queen. And again, I'm not saying Jennie is talentless. That would be stupid. We all know Jennie can be magnetic on stage. She has charisma, she has presence, and when she's on, she's really on. But that's exactly what makes this more frustrating. Because the inconsistency becomes more obvious when we know she can do better. And watching fans defend every weak moment like their rent depends on it is part of the reason K-pop performance culture keeps getting worse. Because once fans decide that any criticism is hate, idols are no longer being held to real standards. Everything becomes praise, excuses, or delusion, and this is not just a Jennie problem. This is a K-pop problem. Companies keep giving idols harder and harder choreography, louder and louder backtracks, more and more vocal processing, and then fans act shocked when the actual live performance feels weak. At some point, we have to ask, are these people performers, or are they just dancing in front of the studio version? Because a lot of so-called live stages now feel like glorified karaoke with expensive outfits and better lighting, and what makes it worse is that K-pop fans themselves helped create this mess. They made the bar so low that idols now get praised for doing things that should have always been normal. The mic is on? Amazing. I heard breathing? Incredible. She was off-key, but at least she tried? Give her a trophy. No, trying is nice. But if you are one of the biggest stars in the industry, people are allowed to expect more than effort. That is why Jennie's new stage is actually the perfect example of a bigger issue. It's not about dragging her just for the sake of it. It's about asking why K-pop performance standards have gotten so embarrassing that fans now act like live singing alone automatically makes a stage legendary. It doesn't. Sometimes a stage is live and still not that good. Both things can be true, and honestly, I think a lot of fans confuse support with dishonesty. You can love an idol and still admit when something wasn't great. You can like Jennie and still say, yeah, that stage was not amazing. The world does not end. YG does not explode. Chanel will survive. Being a fan should not mean acting like every performance is a career highlight. What I want from K-pop is actually really simple. I don't need perfection. I don't need every idol to sound like Beyoncé while doing Olympic-level choreography. I just want performances that actually feel live, actually feel prepared, and actually deserve the praise they get. And right now, too often, it feels like the praise comes first and the quality comes second. So yes, Jennie's new stage reminded me of something I've been thinking for a while now. K-pop live performances are becoming a joke, not because idols are all untalented, but because the standards are in hell. And if fans keep applauding the bare minimum, companies and idols are going to keep giving us exactly that.